Time is running now. I've been stunning lately. It's a habit now. Money's burning up. Time is running now. I've been stunning lately. It's a habit now.
What's going on, guys? What's up? It's your boy Troy Weeks Music, and you know what it is. It's second Sunday, so you know it's about that time to keep it funky with Troy Weeks Music. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love the experience of being able to be on radio and just be able to just do what you want to do. So shout out to JJ Brick and Skies Crescent Radio for giving us the opportunity to do this. And of course, today I have with me, as always, on second Sundays, keeping it funky, God's beloved, of course, in the building.
Whoop, whoop. What's up, y'all?
Yeah. So of course, it's been a month, and a lot has happened in 1 month. So we want to be out there, talk about it, see what's goody. First and foremost, this weekend was super crazy. I was doing Fashion Week with my radio show, on my other Sunday radio show every Sunday, keeping it real hot and fresh. Out of DTF Radio, we did some interviews over the weekend with models and designers for Fashion Week, and it was super amazing, going from one show to the next show to the next show, meeting all these amazing people. We got to see some celebrities. It was pretty cool. I got to make some awesome connections, so that was pretty cool. Like, that was over the top. I'm so happy that I got to experience that. I'm looking forward to seeing what the footage is and what the future holds with that. So I'm excited about that. As well as some of you guys may know, I had my own sneaker in production.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all, I'm a little sad because I didn't do 7 exactly. So I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure some things out, hopefully with a different approach. Thank you guys who may be tuning in on Facebook Live on or Instagram, whoever may be recording in the room. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you so much. So with again, on every Sunday night, 8 p.m., I'm a co-host on a radio show called Real Hot and Fresh out of DTF Radio. And it's been amazing. And this weekend, I was talking about the New York Fashion Week that we did. And as well, tonight, we have some dope, amazing artists who's a 14-year-old working with Fetty Wap and doing some amazing things. And so this artist is going to be in studio performing today. So it's going to be super exciting.
Nice.
Guys, will have anything on your end for a second while I refresh my brain. Today you start with church early in the morning, the next thing you know goes to the next thing. So refreshing my brain with guys, will ever talk to me.
Yeah. I mean, I know that I have a vacation coming up on Monday from work. I'll be off for about 2 weeks. So I think at the moment, aside from, the things that I need to do on my vacation, that's what's on my brain. It's, it's a lot of much needed rest that's due. So I'm really excited for that. Let's see.
We're back. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. So I also want to talk about 2 important things this week. I have a show I'm featuring at The Poet, will be televised this Wednesday night at Savannah in Harlem. It starts around 8 o'clock, but just show up, be there. Be ready for the experience. I'm going to be there with G Groove, featuring for the first time at The Poet. I'm super excited.
Nice. The Poet, that's a big deal. Like, I'm super excited for you.
Big deal.
Yebba performed on The Poet. I love Yebba. My friend Chris, shout out to Chris Urquiega. That's my guy. You can look him up on Facebook, IG. He is so awesome. He performed at The Poet, so I'm super excited for you.
I didn't even know all these things
to be there. So that's really, really cool.
Yep. And so outside of that, I also have a show on Saturday night. I am background singing for Gio Rebucas, who is the Filipino diva, they call him. He's an amazing, amazing artist, an amazing singer, and he is doing a Whitney Houston tribute. I did that with him last year, maybe 4 months ago, and the 4 months ago was amazing. It was so great that they wanted us to do it again, and so we're going to be featured with him this coming Saturday at Feinstein's. Check it out on Facebook. It'll definitely be there. Also, in other news, me and G Groove have an opportunity to work on a local network TV show, the CPEP show. No, Pep C show, sorry. Pep C is his name. He's been doing it for a couple years, and he has a big following in regards to some celebrities that he knows, and he's doing this thing, and he's deciding to make an audience-based show, like a real talk show. So people will be able to come to to the talk show and see me and G Groove as the house band, like the Roots on, you know, how they do on the late night show, the house band, that type of thing.
Okay, that's dope.
G Groove is we about to do some things.
Listen, that's
We about to do some things.
that's where it all starts. Okay, people be up watching late night. I know I was up watching late night shows.
Listen, okay. Well, we got to start somewhere, so I'll be able to live my dream out being a warm up comedian. And what that is a lot of people are like, what is that? A warm up comedian is the person that if you watch a TV show or if you ever attend a TV show, the person that comes out and that's like, what's going on, guys? You guys ready to have a good time today? You guys ready to see Wendy? That person that comes out and gets the crowd ready to go, have a good party. Y'all know that I'm perfect for that. If y'all know me, y'all know that I am the turn up, and I know I love to have a good time. So it's been a dream come true to get a position like this. And I saw Adam Craigslist and I applied, and bam, I went to go meet with them, and the rest is history. So
you hear that, people? Apply yourselves and things happen.
That's right.
I don't know where that came from.
So without further ado, I'm going to switch things over to God's Beloved for a second. And we're going to introduce our first topic of the day. And God's Beloved is going to talk to us about something very important. Let's talk.
Oh, okay. I thought I was on the second topic, but that's cool.
No, yours is first. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So, hey, y'all. So the first topic, well, I guess that I want to talk about is basically genetically modified organisms. A lot of people who, thanks for you all who are tuning in on Facebook. A lot of people don't really understand, I feel like, the actual meaning of genetically modified organisms, right? Like
GMO, for those who do
GMO.
He's speaking in scientifically terms.
Yes.
Most of us does like, what is that?
So
GMO.
like, for example, you go into your local supermarket and there's a variety of items that you can choose from, right? A certain percentage of those items have a sticker that says certified non-GMO. And there's another percentage of items that if you look on the back of the ingredients, you'll see at the bottom sometimes it'll say genetically modified, or it'll say partially genetically modified, right? So I don't know about y'all, but when I see something that says that I'm about to eat, right, that says genetically modified, right? Like we have we have genetics within us, or genes, I should say. And I don't know if I want to eat something that's been genetically modified. Like, how is that going to affect me? You know, like that's just my thinking. So, you know, I really, you know, want to take time to like let people know, be conscious of what you're eating, be, you know, aware of what you're putting into your bodies, because these, you know, like our bodies are our temple. It's important for us to make sure that we stay healthy. And you know, the saying, you are what you eat. It's like, I mean, it may be cliche, but it is so true. Our bodies reproduce cells, right? And if we're constantly eating this trash or this garbage or this genetically modified stuff, like, I don't know, what do you think your cells are going to reproduce? You know? So I just feel like spreading awareness. I'm always at work talking about, because my coworkers will go to McDonald's like 3 or 4 times a day, and they'll get cheeseburgers and chicken nuggets. And I know y'all seen the video how them chicken nuggets is made, and that's nasty. And y'all nasty for still eating them chicken nuggets. And I'm not even playing.
I didn't see how they made the chicken nuggets because I didn't see it on purpose.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's not pretty at all.
But I want to see it.
You know, and so like I'm always teasing them, saying, "Oh, y'all going to eat plastic? Enjoy your plastic, you know, and enjoy your cancer." And they're like, "Oh, well, we gotta die someday." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, but if I can control it at least to some degree, you know, because I can control what I eat." You know, so I'm definitely going to do that. Like, you know, so just, you know, y'all make sure that you read your labels. Make sure you just keep in mind that, you know, you want to stay healthy. Your body does reproduce these cells every so often, and you want to make sure that they're reproducing healthy cells, clean cells. You know, get you some black seed oil. I'm a big advocate of black seed oil.
Yes, he is.
Yes. See, I see some eyebrows turning. Somebody know what black seed oil is. And so, get you some turmeric oil. And I'm just going to name these items, so that you can, take it upon yourselves and do your research, do your due diligence. I've definitely done so myself. I make ginger turmeric tea with soursop leaves, some honey, some black seed moringa honey. That's a little bit extra. You can research that too. But it's definitely important to do these things and make it a habit, and take your vitamins. Whether it's kind of like I guess childish, or you're like, oh, I don't have to take vitamins, I'm an adult. No, take your vitamins. Our bodies are made up of vitamins and minerals, so we need to take these things to make sure that we stay healthy. And I'm really passionate about that, so I feel like I can kind of go on and on and on.
Yeah, he's very passionate about that. First, I'm going to say that for myself, because I know a very good friend of mine, and I know that he's very passionate about what he wants, especially GMO. He's like, don't eat that. And I'm like, listen, come on here. Like, I need my snack. I'm used to this. You know what I'm saying? I like these kind of fudge round cakes. I like this. You know what I'm saying? My body's used to it. I've been eating since a kid. So I'm going to eat this fudge round. Leave me alone with the GMO. But I get what you're saying, and I understand. And I'm learning too. You know what I'm saying? There's some things to learn from it. But before we continue, I want to welcome our other guest co-hosts in the building, Miss Midori Ame.
Yes, Midori Ame.
Yes, I'm super excited, y'all. Oh, y'all need now.
It's crazy because I didn't get to record my podcast this week, so
Come
I
on,
get to
tell
be
them.
on the show with you. DMV Podcast, we are live and in effect. You already know.
Listen.
7th Thursday. Come on, we out
Listen,
here.
Yes,
that,
DMV.
we had a conversation.
We in the house, DMV.
We in the house, DMV.
Yeah.
I told you. You didn't even know. You didn't even know. I told you.
Boy, come
This is
through.
so awesome.
When we had that conversation yesterday, I was already thinking, like, already looking for people just to put on this platform, because I feel like at the end of the day, all we have is each other, and
That's right.
the platforms that we have are given to us to be able to make change in the world. And so I'm like,
That's for sure.
when I can
Absolutely.
link up with dope people and make things happen, I'm like, oh yeah. So when
Wait
you
a
came
minute,
to
say
me,
all the
when you
things.
came back, I was like,
Yes.
hold up, girl, what's good?
No,
She was
because
like,
we were jamming in the party.
we
So
were
I saw your
turn-
spirit. I
first-
saw your spirit.
yeah, girl, tell on me,
The party
because we was having a good
So
time.
last night, Adrian Alicea's after party after New York Fashion Week. It
Right.
was incredible.
Right.
Literally, we were both side by side turning up. I was like,
Turning
"Is that Troy?" I'm like,
up.
I
Yo.
was a little lit. I was a little inebriated. Had a couple $1 shots.
Come on, they are definitely with $1. Come on.
So the bad part is our friends gave us like doubles. So I was taking
Of
$1
course.
shots.
Oh,
I thought
wow.
were
$1.
doubles.
Oh,
And to you.
wow.
So by the time I saw you
Come
on the dance
on.
floor again, I was excited.
Oh, it
Very
was dope.
excited.
Energy was amazing from
Energy
jump.
was
Like when she was in
everything.
the, y'all should have saw her in the show. I think I got some footage of it.
You
I'm
know
looking.
what? I tried to give my whole entire life yesterday, and I felt so validated. I mean, there was just so much going on in my personal life that going to New York Fashion Week is an escape for me. Even though it's
okay.
trash, I'm wearing heels 24/7. Like I'm cold, so I get up.
Right.
It's just there's something about being on the runway that just makes me feel at home. So yesterday was a homecoming of all sorts for
That's
me.
awesome. Everybody has to have that comfort space, you know. So
It
that's
definitely
Most definitely.
seemed like a homecoming, the way she gracefully walked across this
Thank you. You
amazing
know, I did-
platform view that they had set up. It was so dope. And then they came out in the end like Wakanda forever and just
It was
gotten.
real. It
I've
was a
never
whole-
seen. It was
a
so
whole,
dope.
when we were practicing, I was like, "Who's gonna mess this up first? I
Right.
don't know. I'm glad I'm at the end. I don't know." What's
And the way
happening.
like the turn setup, like I've never seen
was
that
great.
before. Like the way they came down. So you come down the runway, go down, turn around, and you go back. It wasn't that. You came down, you came around, went
You did the
down,
U,
did
and then
the-
you
and then
did
you
the
came
U
back around,
opposite, in
around
reverse.
the other person.
Completely. So it was everyone was walking across each other. It was so beautiful because it turned out really, really well. Even though and this happens every fashion week,
It did.
models are scared. I don't know if I'm going to remember this. I'm like, you know how to
Yeah.
walk. I always tell them, walk the way you drive. You're on the outside. Just keep going. I'm like, just
Oh,
keep
that was a
going.
jump right there.
So
That was
easy.
good.
I'm like,
Walk
you
the way
guys.
you drive.
No, I was teaching somebody for the first time, and she had been, she was gracing our presence, gracing us with her presence. Excuse me. And so we were, teaching her how to walk and how to get into it. Really just feel yourself. Just
Yeah.
feel, like all the passion, the confidence, everything. She's like, but I don't know which way to walk. I'm like, walk the way you drive. Walk the way you drive. It's easy. It's easy.
Boom. And I guarantee you she won't forget it because I won't forget
She
that.
won't. I
just,
bet
when
not.
she put that, I'm like, dang, you know what? That's so true. That
She
makes
better not
sense.
forget.
Hello.
Listen, after all of that, you made me go through all. You better not. No, it was serious. It was like,
Great.
man, that was so dope. I was so impressed. And then the after party
Awesome.
was super dope.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Got to meet some amazing
That was
people. So that was
ridiculous.
pretty dope.
Yes.
Cool, yeah. And so what I want to talk about, so we were talking about, do you have anything to say about the
Oh my
GMO,
gosh.
the
I
Black
was
Seed?
listening. I was listening in the green room. GMOs GMOs all the way. So I understand where you're coming from.
Oh my gosh,
with
yes.
non-GMO.
Yes.
So I'm always devil's advocate. I know like 2 things about everything. So I don't know too much about
Okay,
GMO, but
come
I
on.
know 2 things.
You gotta know a little bit of something about everything.
So of course, GMO. You don't want to eat a lot of things that are processed, that are heavily processed,
Right,
that have a lot of
exactly.
GMOs. But there are some things that do have GMOs. Like I know for instance, there's a certain sort of corn that we eat that's like the sweet corn, the yellow corn, whatever it is. But they've had to genetically modify it
Right.
because they were trying to get rid of a strain that would produce something else that produced something else that would hurt humans. So
yeah.
I get that
Yeah.
why we have certain things, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
think that we've gone way
Too
too
far.
far.
Right, because I
That's
mean,
what
if
it
they were
is.
never modified in the beginning, we wouldn't have this
People
issue.
would have gotten sick and we wouldn't have eaten that corn. We would have found something else. So instead,
Right.
they
try
genetically
to change
modify
it
it
before it
to
happens.
make it exactly. So that's what I'm thinking. Like we just gone too far with the GMOs. Can we just non-GMO it, low GMO?
Right.
It's too easy
In my
now.
Diet, like, can I just?
It's too easy to GMO.
Regular.
I'm over.
It's too easy for them. It's with science and the way things like people are all about production.
Yeah.
Excuse me, and money. So it's all about how
Oh,
fast can we
completely.
get it done, and how many can we get done, and how fast can we get it
Yeah.
out.
A lot of
And
changes won't happen,
convenience.
especially when it comes to health and medicine and food and
Yeah.
what we eat, because our infrastructure is so built on making money.
Exactly, and convenience.
That's why the real
And
kills they're not trying to give to us, and they don't want
Yeah.
us to
They
know
don't want you to
about.
have the cure to cancer. Oh, I didn't say it. I
Right,
didn't
but
say
the
it.
rich,
but
the rich
listen,
and
because
famous.
there is one,
Yeah, it's out there. Just do research. If you research, you'll find like things
goodness.
like black seed oils, all kind of different things can
Right.
aid in the health of your body. Because if you look at research and then life in general, reality, before we had all these things, what do we have?
We had the things that were growing out of the
The
ground.
growing out
My
of the
dude.
ground, y'all.
We weren't making up crap. We literally
Hello?
we didn't have test labs.
Listen, come on. They
Hello?
didn't want to stop us from being real farmers because they want to control everything.
I-
Exactly.
Thank you.
Another
So-
way
Thank
to
you.
keep us all in.
Come
sleep.
on.
Well, while we talking about that, I'm just going to keep. I want to talk about something. I wasn't even going there, but the fact of now with all of this GMO and all this advanced technology, what about all these robots now and all this like literally like
right.
robot taking over jobs and doing certain things in life where we don't even need people to do these jobs now. They just have robots doing them. Bartenders,
I mean,
serving food, all kind of stuff.
I
Like
won't say that I'm completely like against the the robotic
revolution.
era. Yeah, revolution. Because I do feel like a lot of times when it comes to service and certain things, maybe a robot is a little better because
Faster, cheaper,
faster, yeah, cheaper. I can go right to the CVS, and while everybody else is fumbling over their dollar bills or asking tedious questions to the cashier, I'm like, okay, excuse me, self checkout. I'm just happy scanning my own items, and keeping it on my way. However, there is, I guess a sense of, I don't know, morality maybe. And I just think that, every human being should be able to give back and contribute and, in whatever way that can be. So definitely, don't make the robots take us all over.
Right. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I think what I've seen lately in some studies is like we're seeing obviously manufacturing jobs are like going, but we're finding out that humans are being taken from the assembly line and put in the desks to do creative work. So that's one place that robots can't touch us.
Right, exactly.
They don't have
Here you
imagination like
go.
we do.
Yeah, there you go.
So
for us
creative
creatives.
skills.
Well,
Yeah.
they're trying to make those kind of changes. Let me tell you why. Because I've been doing stuff ads. I saw auditions for things on Craigslist about AI technology, and the AI is supposed to be able to really go in depth with people. Because we doing research, it's like 75% of our brain is really accessed. So how it works is like you could be having a twitch in your eye and still smiling, and a human won't know that something's wrong with you. But the AI technologies, I think it says 98% correct.
What in the
or something
world
accurate.
are you saying? Are
So
you kidding
they'll
me?
be able to tell how you're feeling without you
They're
really
coming.
saying how you're feeling.
Oh my gosh.
So they've been doing movies about this for years and all that. And that's the word I
That
got
is
from an
true.
audition that I went on. He told me that this is what they're using the AI technology. Because we have to do 4 different emotions for 5 minutes. We had to be sad for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We had to be happy for 5 minutes. And so I was like, why are you doing this? Like, what? Would
Right.
And I realized he's like, yeah, because that way, if you're really happy and you're really not, it's gonna be able to tell you.
I'm
So,
over. You guys would have watched
we're doing
out.
all this stuff.
Yeah,
Oh my
trying to get
goodness.
money because they know we on
Yeah.
Craigslist trying to get money.
I know that's for
But
sure.
I'm like, hold up, that's the first and last time I'm doing this AI technology. I'm not
Wait
doing
a
it no more.
minute.
Because they about to be using our face and our brains, and now
See,
they about to be able to recognize
I
you in the
can't.
system. They're gonna be able to go. You're gonna be able to speak your name into a microphone. They're gonna be like, remember that audition he had?
Yep.
Hello.
And this is this and this is
Well,
that.
I mean, they
pop up.
already got our retinas. They already got our fingerprints. Now nalga la
iPhones,
cara.
right?
You heard
know?
the FBI's tracking people through the DNA from Ancestry and 23andMe and all
I
that.
said it.
What?
I said, let me tell. I really
So-
wanted to get a test, but I was like, nah. I
Yup.
feel like they're gonna use my DNA for something. They're probably gonna clone me.
It has been confirmed. There's been an arrest made off of DNA from a family member.
Oh no.
Because she did the Ancestry.
Oh,
and Ancestry sold the DNA to the cops. And the feds was watching.
Found her.
They were like, oh, we
Uh-oh.
don't have
Y'all
your
look out
fingerprints.
now.
But we had someone in your family. And they went to the family. And of course, there's that gene connection, whatever. Caught a killer.
Uh-oh. Well, I mean, I guess in that case, you know, if it's catching killers and stuff, that's cool.
Can
but
we keep it
don't
to,
just
like-
be all, you know?
Thank you. Let's be safe.
yeah.
Let's be like regulated about this. Can we use it in
Exactly.
medicine? Can we use it in health? Can we use it in cops and all
Put
that
some-
stuff?
Put some
In
Regulation.
law enforcement,
regulations on it.
regulations.
Yes.
I
right.
agree. But then I watched something like Black Mirror and see that thing where they have that machine they hook up to your brain that will reflect the last things that happened to you. So, for instance, if you did something you want nobody to know, none of nobody's business,
You got to clear your mental
Right,
browsing
exactly.
history.
Okay.
your insurance
People
person
say
can
like
come to you, knock on your door, be like, I saw you in a video that saw an accident. You could be minding
Sure
your business.
did.
Like, I don't want to say nothing. My
Sure
mama told me to mind my
did.
business.
Yes.
So I'm minding my business. And she's like, no,
Uh-huh.
we just want to ask a couple questions. And next thing you know, they seen you do something you want to post it.
Sure did. That was
So
a good
either way it
episode,
go.
too. That was a
Ooh.
really good
Yeah.
episode,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I love
Let
that
me
weird-
just put your brain in this box real quick and let me just see.
Come on.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go now. She was like, I
Right.
saw you kill that guy.
Right.
I
Okay.
saw you do
Okay.
it.
I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just
In your
gonna.
memory.
I left the car running. I'll be right back.
Erase your memory.
Right, I left the car running. I'll be right back.
Right.
Yeah, that was a dope. I love like those twisted kind of things. So I
Oh,
thought that was pretty dope.
so good.
So, but that's one of these. I'm gonna move on to something else. I don't know if you guys know about. What I think is kind of crazy but awesome. Is the boycott Gucci movement? If you guys know what's going on,
Today.
So sad
But
that I have to boycott Gucci, you
Gucci
guys.
decided to put out
I
a
ain't never
sweater.
bought no Gucci anyway.
I got a belt.
Yeah, yeah. See what happened was
Everybody got a belt.
everybody got a belt. Oh, wow, that- oh,
Yeah,
first.
most people got
Right.
Gucci belt.
They decided to put out a sweater with a blackface and resemblance on it. It was a white girl, and it came up to covered up her nose and had a big red mouth on it. And then they put it
Terrible.
out, and then they decided to, once people said, "What the hell are you doing?" take it back. And after they took it back, it was just like, "Oh, we're sorry." And people were like, "No, hell no." T.I., P. Diddy.
He was not going to let T.I.
We
was
not-
not going to let anyone slide. He had the Prada stuff when it came out. He had the Gucci stuff when it came out. His Instagram is like where black people go to get the news.
Ooh,
Have you seen
this
it
is
lately?
interesting.
It is,
I didn't know this.
It is Troubleman1 _ something
Right.
like that. He is where
81.
people go
Yeah.
to get the news. He's
Yo,
not going to let it
that's
slide.
how I saw it. I saw it through a video with him, and basically it was P. Diddy and them hanging out, saying, "You know what? We got to stop. We got to just take over black. We got to support black businesses now because this is getting crazy." And the fact of like the whole blackface thing was they didn't want to pay black people to do their own talented jobs, so
I
they
know.
paid it themselves black and try to be
Come
funny.
on.
Now
on.
you want to put a sweater out and a little Prada put a little emblem out on their bag, and you want
But
to
that's
think
just crazy to me. Like, that's such a conundrum to me. How do you not want to hire the people that you're painting yourselves to look like?
Oh my God.
Okay, come on. Like, that
can't.
makes no
I
sense.
cannot. I think with the Gucci, the thing that upset me the most about the Gucci sweater is that I wanted to buy it. I was pissed. I was. Do you understand? I love number one. I love turtlenecks. Number
Love
two,
turtleneck.
it covered all the way up to the nose, like the face, and then it had a cut out for my mouth. And then as soon as I saw it all together, I was like, dang.
you tried it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so now I understand when one of my friends was like, well, why couldn't they make the sweater gray? Why couldn't they make the sweater some other color? Would you, so this is my question to you guys, would you accept it if it wasn't a black sweater, if it was a white sweater, if it was a gray sweater, if it was plaid, if it was teal, if it was
I
any
feel
other color?
like we wouldn't have went there mentally
Yes.
had it not been black.
That's what I thought too.
But-
And I feel like they shot themselves in the foot with making it
Yeah.
an all black sweater, nothing else.
Yeah.
I think
Red lips.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the lips. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You're right, and that's why I'm ticked off because I want the sweater still. I want the sweater. I want a warm, cozy sweater. You see, I have this huge
Right,
scarf on. I
right,
love
right.
warm, but you're right. Had they not had the lips, which was the thing that's like the cute, sexy.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm
lips on
saying.
the.
It was on purpose.
They
had
did
to
it
be
on purpose, and they put it on. No offense, a pale white lady, and you expect to sell that and not get that reaction.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you try to take it back like, "Oh, we sorry." Like, first of all, like
You're
the
not
girl-
Not sorry enough.
Some girl called them and had it on the phone, a video of it. Like, how did this even make it that far? Like,
Right, exactly.
Who on your team
Who
said
allowed
that this
to
was
happen?
who of color on your team
Said this
approved
was okay.
this? And just let me hear you out. I just want to hear
Right,
from you. I don't want to hear from
right,
anybody else of
exactly.
non-color. I just want to hear
Yeah.
you
Just
out and
you.
figure out what you
The-
You
out.
always said, "Look, I got kids to provide for. And I'm
Right.
trying to get
Were
the
you
bag."
on a deadline? Were you under
You got the wrong bag, baby, because you messed
That
it all
was
the
the
way
wrong
up.
bag.
That was not the way to do it.
Jeez Louise.
So yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that really upset me. I wanted that sweater.
Dang, and Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we also have to really understand that we gotta be the change that we want to see, and if we allow people to do anything to us and continue to do these things to us, they will. And
Exactly.
That's right.
at some point, we got to
Absolutely.
decide enough is enough.
I think what ticks me off is there's nothing for us as people who are consumers, people who are on the outside of that company, to do to that company outside of boycotting. But
Yeah.
they're always saying, I don't know if you guys saw on social media today, stop temporarily boycotting these culture brands and whatever who are appropriating all of our culture. When you know you're just going to go right back to them
Exactly.
in
And
2-3
buy
months and
again.
forget about it. This sweater's from H&M. I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah,
You know, it's
right.
just, it literally is like
Exactly.
we're in this revolving door with
Yeah.
these brands because
Yeah.
we allow them to
Yeah.
just trash on us, but we don't have other options, quote unquote, sometimes. So we go to these places and, we
that's
get the stuff and then they do
right.
more stuff. And then they
Yeah.
don't hire black people. They don't hire
the
black people. They
options-
don't hire Asian people.
See, the thing is, we do have options. We just don't know they're there.
And that's
Exactly.
another, thank
And
you for
so
leading
how
us
we
into that.
change
Exactly.
that.
Come on now.
It's binding
man.
together.
Come on, Bind.
And being able to say, you
Somebody
know
went to
what,
church this morning.
you're my brother, you're my sister, and this is what we're really gonna do: support each other. Like
Yes.
I think I saw on Netflix, Killer Mike or one of these rappers.
yeah.
He tried to support only black companies for 24 hours, 48 hours or something. Dang, he was like, it was the reality
How
of life. Like how
hard.
there's nothing. And he got to a black owned restaurant finally after a day of being hungry, but all their food was in the supermarket. So it wasn't even from a black owned farm.
Wow.
So he couldn't eat it.
I'm oh, sorry.
So he couldn't eat it.
Live in a chat.
He couldn't eat the food, so it was
Wow.
horrible. All this beautiful mac and cheese and ribs and all this.
And you know, I love me some mac and cheese.
He couldn't eat it, and then
So his thing was he wasn't going to eat it because even the food where it came from,
it had to be
wasn't-
all black owned. He couldn't smoke weed. He couldn't drink it. He couldn't do nothing that because the weed is
of course, of
manufactured
course.
by white people, so he couldn't. You know,
Oh my
a lot of
gosh,
stuff. I thought that was
facts.
interesting.
Straight facts.
and so he finally went to a barbershop, a local barbershop, and the barber in Athens, was it in Georgia? I don't know where it was at.
Mm.
But he went to the barbershop and they told him you got to go to such and such place, and he went there and it was actually a farm,
Uh-huh.
black farm,
Yeah.
that grew the food there and had a restaurant that made the food from the food they grew,
Finally.
and it was amazing. So he
Okay,
finally got to
good.
eat food. He took it to go plate. It was amazing.
I know that's right. I would too. Like, look, I need more of this.
Yeah, he finally got to eat, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Dang. Oh my god.
But it just really shows
Crazy.
you how. But there, one thing he did say there's a book, a black book or a book for black owned businesses and establishments that they used to
Gotcha.
exist
Mm-hmm.
that I think either still exist. We got to figure this out. I don't know, but hopefully we'll find out if it exists. If it doesn't, create one where we can be
Right.
able to say, hey, if I go to a town, how do I find the black owned businesses? Where do I find them? So we know,
Yeah.
because I feel like the options are there. We just don't know. So we got to do things like now, start and say, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I got this sweater from Anime Shop down the street,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll make it work, and we can always bring it back. Weeksville in Brooklyn was its own community. If you want to check it out, there's a memorial museum still there, and they still show you the actual house. But it was a whole black community, had own hospital, own doctors, own church,
Nice.
own school.
Yep, I learned about that when I moved up here.
It was
my
amazing.
gosh.
It was they had a lot. It was I was like, wow, the fact that I got to see this real hand and it really exists for black
Exactly.
people.
And
I was
it
like, we can
exists.
do this again.
Oh.
We just need to band together. They always try to, the media and they try to keep black people against each other by showing which is better, what you should be like, what you should be doing, what you should be wearing, but you try to keep us against each other. So as long as they keep us against each other, we don't think with a mentality to be unified and be one.
Oh my goodness.
So if we don't, we need
Come
to wake
on,
up.
support black businesses.
We need
Yes,
to wake up because we need to be more unified. There's more power in numbers, and that's
That's
what they're
exactly
afraid of. They've always been afraid of it. That's why they try to enslave us.
Oh my goodness.
They're afraid of us.
I
haven't
I've never been one of those people that's been like, oh, I have to have me a pair of Gucci's, or I have to have me a pair of
Right.
Louis Vuittons,
Right.
or I just need these
Something,
Tom Fords.
something.
Right. Like, I've never been that type of person. I had me a pair. My dad bought me, shout out to my dad, Apostle Marvette C. Richardson, and back home in D.C. I know he may not be on this radio show, but hopefully if he hears this, shout out to you, Dad. He bought me my first pair of Jordans when I was in 7th grade, and I was so excited, because I had never
some J's?
Yeah, I had me some J's. I hadn't had
joints?
any, name brands growing up in school, and I was one of those kids that kind of got picked on. So when I got in 7th grade, I was like, okay, I'm fly. I got me some Jordans. But let me tell you that those Jordans was out of style, or they was old the last season,
Right.
and I still got picked on. So I was like,
Right.
Well, what's
What's
the
the
point of me
point?
having these name brand
Exactly.
shoes if like
When everyone's just keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with
Exactly.
each other, trying to outdo the next person.
exactly
So waiting in line for a pair of Yeezys is, I promise you,
That's
it's not-
ridiculous.
and I'm talking about you who waits in the queue and you have 20 windows open. You're still waiting in line.
okay
Ah.
okay
Okay,
Tell the truth.
because I watched the video and I saw how y'all do it. I saw how y'all beat me out. That's right.
Ah.
silly.
They swindle. Start with the swindles. No swindling.
It was a smooth swindle.
Come on. Yes,
Oh,
this was
man.
also awesome. So this is the first half of the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a short little break, interlude break, of course, with
Yes.
Trying So Hard by myself, Mr. Troy Weeks Music.
Come on,
Check it
Trying
out.
So
You
Hard.
know, I created my
That's
own style and genre of music because I sing R&B, neo soul, and gospel music. But because I didn't fit in one genre alone, I created soul and B. And this is the intro song to that. So let's get it.
Yes.
Back when I didn't have too much money, yeah. Used to buy my sign, yeah. No food on the table, 2 jobs, just enough. With all the insecurities and atrocities going on around us. Yeah, Stars in our minds and our visions to be clouded. Oh, where we belong. Trying so hard. Trying so hard. Trying so hard. Trying so hard. Wake up without to get you on a daily. Yeah. What else can you do? Told only to speak when you're spoken to. The unspoken rule of life, yeah. When all the conformities stripping of identities and those trying to keep me all around us. I do. Free as you created to be is free. Wake up, why don't you see? Trying
1 2 1 2 1 2. What's up, guys? Again, it's your boy Troy Weeks Music, and we're live here at the Skies Crescent Radio headquarters for Keeping It Funky with Troy Weeks Music. Here with my boy, co-host, God's Beloved Universe.
Hey, hey.
And our special guest co-host, Miss Midoriya May.
Hello,
Yeah.
everybody.
Hello. Y'all, I don't even know what's in the building. We got royalty in the building right now, y'all.
Done. You are so sweet.
Royalty
And I have
in
a
the
great
building.
story about that, by the way, so we have to talk about
Oh,
it.
wait. Let me intro you for 2 seconds, then you're going to tell me that great story.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have DCW 50's America's Next Top Model fans' favorite TV and radio host, model and pageant coach, motivational speaker, creative director of I.Fashion magazine,
Yes.
award-winning graphic designer. I'm saying it again.
Now, come on now.
Award-winning graphic designer. Okay, and last but not least, Miss Black Virginia USA 2017, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God. It's
Yes,
so good.
Midoriya May, welcome
Oh,
to the building. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate
Thank
you.
you, Troy. That was such a beautiful intro. You know, I think it's so
Yes.
funny when like you go places and you do radio stuff. They never do like a really good and they're like, "Oh, this is Midoriya. She's a model. She's amazing." I'm like, "Oh,
I
okay."
agree.
That was beautiful.
I got
Little
your
soul-
back,
that was
girl.
soul in
Come
me,
on.
baby.
You got to
Come
feel
on,
it.
yes.
They need to feel that when they listening.
You know,
Because
a
this is
little
very
something.
special, very important.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
So tell us a little bit about like this is a lot. Like people see that because I do a lot of things and people are like, well, wait, you do that?
Oh,
You do
yes.
that? How do you do all these
Oh,
things?
yes.
And I'm like, look, the only way I can do it is God. I'm telling you that because
Woo.
without Him, I don't know how I can do all these things.
I
And
got here literally to this building because of God. I took
Come
like
on, talk
2
to us.
trains, a bus. I was on the run. I literally,
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I
You
don't
get
know how I
everywhere
got
because
from
of
New
God in New
Jersey
York.
to here. But I'm
Come on
here
now.
now
what you are.
because God said.
Yes,
All
amen.
right. All
Amen.
right.
We get the church music cues in right there.
Don't. I'm done. You already know. See, I love a God-fearing person. But yeah. So I think that doing so many different things, it only has come about because I am multi-passionate. I am the person that cannot have one job for the rest of my life. You know, my dad is an accountant, and I was like, "That's great for you. I don't want numbers in my life.
Okay.
I don't want stats in my life like that. I can't handle it that way. I'm just not wired for that.
My mind don't work like that.
My mind doesn't work that way, you know. But for me, I think attacking everything creative was just natural.
Yeah.
I was drawing, I was singing, I was painting, I was dancing, literally all from like 6 to 26.
Come on now,
basically.
okay.
So you can't stop me from doing anything. I'm going to try everything,
there
and
you
then
go.
I will just continue to do the things that I like, and that's what I've been doing. So once I knew
Speak
I
the
wanted
truth.
to be an editor of a magazine, I went and I sought out those opportunities, and one just came to me because I was prepared.
There you
I
go.
was getting my degree.
Preparation
I got
is
design,
key.
I had been
Setting
in
tools.
newspaper, yearbook, and doing all the magazine work. I had been doing it on a smaller scale. So now when, gosh, not even now, this is 5 years ago almost, when I.Fashion magazine and I had an opportunity to link up, and we actually created some content together. We were doing a photo shoot. I went through the magazine, and I'm like, oh, this needs to be fixed, and this needs to be fixed. And I'm going through writing up stuff in the magazine. And the editor-in-chief, Lloyd Crawford, looked at me and said, how in the world did you do that? I said, well, I've been preparing for this moment all my life.
There you
I've
go.
always wanted
My
to
whole
work on a
life.
magazine. And what I found out was I don't want to be an editor-in-chief.
That's
I don't want that. I don't want that title.
So what happened
That
was,
problem.
I just want to do this
I
right
just wanna
here
do this
and be
thing on the
cute.
side.
Come on.
So because of things like that, because of just trying and seeing what worked and seeing what I liked, I'm now in a position where I'm doing the things that I want to do for the majority of my life.
There
I'm
you
just
go.
waiting for the level ups.
Listen,
That's just about it.
that's
I
what
don't know.
it's about.
I don't know what else to say.
That's
I
it.
want the
That's
magazine
it.
to thrive even
That's
more.
it.
I want this clothing line that I'm now a part of. I'm vice president of El Antonio, the company.
Okay.
This resort wear
Shout
line is
out.
amazing. I was just at our pop-up shop today, reconfigured the entire display yesterday, and it sold.
Nice.
So I knew it worked. It sold product. So I came back today to tinker and diddle and do all the other stuff. And I'm sitting here like, I'm doing a little bit of everything that I want to do. I'm hosting. I'm out here doing pageant work. I'm doing community service work. I'm doing my philanthropy.
That's
I'm coaching
awesome.
women and men,
I saw that.
all ages 6 to 66. I mean, I'm literally doing the things that I want to do. Just because I'm tired of hearing no. I'm tired of people saying like, I don't think that that's good for you. I don't know if you'll be able to work. I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's great for you. Your fear is not going to keep me from doing what I
Right,
wanna do.
exactly.
I'll be back.
Exactly.
Hold that
You
thought,
know,
I'll be back.
I'll be back. I think that's what I needed to say in
Okay.
high school when I was getting picked on.
Hold that
I'd
thought,
have been
I'll
like,
be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah, that's it. That's how it is. Like I feel like at the end of the day, people we're gonna always see what they see for you for themselves. When you always have your own vision, your own goals, and things you need to do in your life.
Exactly.
But people are gonna always. This is what I see, and thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing it to me.
Oh,
This is what it
yes.
is. It's called what if. Don't let the what if bug be the killer of something your dreams. And this is why
That's
I say
right.
that because I had an opportunity to do something in my life early on when I first moved to New York, and because of someone's telling me not to do it, because they wanted me to do some other things, I didn't do it, and I feel like that opportunity of a life was an opportunity of a lifetime to sing background for Life Jennings actually, and I didn't.
My Life Jennings.
It was
my Life Jennings.
I'm asleep.
Do you know how many concerts I have been to that you would have been on that stage?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm over you.
So I didn't go.
Oh, I'm over him.
And that was a big what if. And so I realized at that point in my life, I was like, I will never, ever let a what if. I would never what if I would have just done that? I would never let that control my life, because that can drive you into a depression. It could drive you to a whole lot of things if you're not ready.
And searching for so much more than what you really need to be looking into. Yeah.
Especially mentally. Like, and that's another thing. Like, I'm doing research now because I'm creating my own business, doing what you're doing actually, and that's really motivate and inspire creatives and artists to be great at what they do. Like, in finding my own music and my own style and genre, I have a certain confidence on stage and a certain presence that has put a fire that's been lit in me because I found my own. And so because of that, I want to be able to take other people and give them that same hope and that same drive, like turn up that same drive in them to be able to do it. And so in my research, I found like there are a lot of things that are there in the self-help personal development industry. There's a lot of people making tons of money. This industry makes $11 billion right now. We are valued at $11 billion.
That's real coins. Those are real.
And that's not saying I got a degree and I'm and you know, I went to the best college. You know what I'm saying? This is saying like I am an expert at what I do, and I want to share that with you. And there are people out here making bank off of it. And then the only thing that I realize in all of that is there's nothing that helps you prepare yourself for what the advice that you may receive. Because if we're not mentally in the right space to be able to get that advice that somebody's giving us to try to help us, then you're just going to make matters worse for yourself, because we already want to get the help we need. Yeah. So we see, you know, T.D. Jakes is saying A, B, C, Y, D. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if you're already like in a mental space where you're not ready to receive those affirmations of positivity and those affirmations that you want to be able to say that's going to manifest in your life, if you're not ready for it, then it won't work. Mm-hmm. So you need to first be mentally prepared and ready to be able to better yourself. It's one thing wanting to better yourself, but you got to prepare yourself to better yourself, because it's a journey.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Freaking.
It will fall on deaf ears if you're not ready to hear it.
Yep. Listen, or you'll be like the person that cried wolf, and they'll be like, you know, you done said this too many times.
Oh my goodness. The person who's always ready to start their life, ready to do something new, ready.
Like, well, when you going to get there?
Lie. I'm trying to motivate my parents further into fitness. And my mom was like, she says, I have an accountability buddy. I said, oh, that's perfect. You've got somebody you're going to the gym with. Yeah. She's like, no. We're just motivating each other to like motivate ourselves to go to the gym. And I said, wait a minute, that's not what you mean.
So we're just going to call each other. We're going to go to the gym today. We're going to do it.
Right. Yes, it was a call to like motivate you to motivate yourself to keep going in your idea of wanting to go to the gym. I said, Mom, that's not enough. That's not enough, Mom.
No, because once you hang up the phone, if you're not, unless you're on the phone saying, I'm not hanging up till you get to the gym. That's
exactly.
One thing.
Like, hey, where you at? I'm at the gym now.
Right. Are you at the gym? Let me check in with the Kirk. Let me hear you give me your number. You know,
I know that's right.
If that's accountability.
That's accountability. That's real accountability.
Okay. Yeah. So I totally understand, Mama. No, that's not it. Just because once you hang the phone up, you're still gonna go back to your.
She'll go right back to cooking collard.
Right.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not okay.
Not okay. But yeah, you got to definitely put yourself. You got to first think it mentally. The only person stopping you is you. You can do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it. And
I'm trying.
All you have to do is wake up every day and be you. It don't cost no money. It's free.
Right.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, you know, you got to continue to just shine bright like a diamond, because that's all you can be. I want to know though about the reality, because I'm really excited about the whole reality series, reality just in general, reality TV in general. Like everybody knows I love reality TV. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to ask you is, how was this American Next Top Model process and all of that? Is this like some real life type thing? Or
so
the
contest is really interesting. We had, what was it, 1,200 people who were auditioning for ANTM that year.
Oh, wow.
And that was at one location in Pentagon City Mall. So if you can imagine like a 4-story mall.
Oh, my gosh. I sure do.
You know Pentagon City.
I sure do. And whoever got my wallet, you better give it back to me. Okay.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. It's not a game. That's a real thing.
Yes.
So we all were in line. And I always tell this story because it just shows you that when you prepare yourself for an opportunity, when it comes, that's what luck is. Oprah has a quote. Gandhi has a quote. Everyone has a quote about it. But this is literally what luck is. It's preparing yourself for an opportunity so that when it comes your way, you can achieve. You can excel, right? Yes. So I'm standing in line. People are walking past me. They're pulling the girl in front of me. Oh, hey, we like your look. Come walk with us. Come walk up here. They're taking these people up to the front. I'm like, well, why aren't you taking me? I'm great. Because, of course, I believe I'm great.
Mm-hmm. Hey, of course, you should.
At this point, I'm auditioning for ANTM. I should believe I'm great.
Exactly.
So I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm looking cute. I wasn't looking cute. I had on my sweatpants, had on some regular stuff. My hair wasn't brushed.
Uh-oh.
So of course I was like, you know what? Let me get ready, because it's not about standing in this line. It's not about like waiting for to get up to the front. That might take 5 hours.
Exactly.
But it's about being in that space all the time. I walked my sorry behind over to Macy's, went into those big lush bathrooms, and I got ready.
Come on
Hair
now.
done, face pulled together.
Come on.
I mean, I'm telling you, my white tank, my black bottoms, and I put my heels on. And when I walked out into that line, it took them maybe 20 minutes to find me. And they pulled me out of the crowd and had me walk to the end of the line. They had me walk all the way around the mall on that level, picking out people.
Wow.
So now it's me and a guy with tall, cute, curly hair, another girl, then another Asian girl, another person, all of us now walking in this small army with this producer, making our way to the end of the line, all the way back to the front. And she says, fill out this application. Just stand right here. You're on this side. We were in a whole different line.
Oh my goodness.
A whole separate different line.
Wow.
Walked up, gave them my comp card, gave them my information, did a little 10-second TV thing or whatever. You say your name, I don't know, all that stuff. Take your picture, you do all the information. And I sat and I walked in front of the judges. And it were people, and it was funny because one of the judges was, it was like a producer that I had known from like Instagram. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's somebody for real in my face.
This is
like,
real.
what? This is real. So like we go through the whole entire process. And at the end, they said, we have this huge competition happening. So you have the opportunity to win X, Y, and Z. It's a prize package. It's meeting people.
Wow.
It's exposure out the yin-yang and some cash.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't think I was going to be able to win. I didn't think this was going to happen. I didn't think it was a thing. But by the end of this, I think it was like 3-week period, I had acquired the most votes, and there was 3 of us actually who were at the very top. I didn't know I was in the running until I got an email and a phone call because I didn't answer the email.
Wow.
You didn't even know. She just going about her day.
Look at God.
Did this
No
thing.
idea that like, yeah, this casting call I went to 3 weeks ago just paid me, gave me this prize package, and now I have the opportunity to go. So now with that title, I went out and I sought out people, and I said, this is what I have, this is who I am, this is what I can do. That year I went to New York Fashion Week and I walked for 6 different designers.
There you go. Come on now.
Because I felt great.
Yes.
Because I was great.
Yes.
Because that sometimes you need that extra boost, that extra push. And I was telling people, just going to the casting call, there's a bunch of people who couldn't do that. So I was proud of myself for doing that.
Yeah.
But then to go further and then be scouted and then have another opportunity on top of that to enter into something else, I'm now in a position where I'm coaching girls from my DMV area
Super
and
awesome.
abroad to get into this industry and to show them the realness. But I would not have had it had I not had my ish together in that line.
Okay.
That was it.
In that line.
You better say
Okay.
it again.
So it was amazing, honestly. Like I said, I met a lot of producers. And when it comes to, reality TV, I hadn't been on the show. So the whole contest happens before you get to the show. And the funny thing that happens is I found out from another girl who was there, who was part of everything. She had gone to a casting maybe 2 or 3 times for ANTM. She finally got the paperwork, got accepted, was one of like the big number, the big number of the first half, right? It's like 50, 60 people, whatever.
Yeah.
She looked at that contract and she came out and told me, she said, Medora, you wouldn't want to sign it. When I tell you reality TV is what you want, but it's also what you don't want.
Yep.
It's all the secrets that you
That's
thought you
what I wanted
had.
to talk about.
It's everything that you thought that you could keep to yourself. It's your parents' business. It's your cousin's business. It's your business. They want to have all the phone numbers of everybody that you know. They want to They want to be able to reach these people and contact them. And obviously, they want to stir up the drama.
Yeah.
You see some years where they have these crazy shows where they bring your ex out. I'm like, for what? You don't even know that.
Right,
I don't
like,
even talk to that person.
Right, I ain't seen him in 9 years.
Okay.
But now it's like, do a photo shoot with your ex and try to be happy. What? Girl? Like, I don't have time for it. Also, because of how the show is, how it's being like, I'll even say how it's being marketed, how everything's coming together. It's a reality show.
Yeah.
It's not an avenue for
It's
model making anymore.
not.
So you lose a little bit of
Exposure,
that.
yeah.
You lose that credibility if you're fighting and showing your ass.
Yeah.
Right. You can curse here. You can say ass.
Showing your ass on TV.
Yeah.
They want you to be
Yeah.
combative. They want you to bring something else.
That's what brings the numbers
That's
in.
what brings the numbers in. So if you don't act, they will kick you out.
Exactly.
But
It's on
also,
every show.
what I realized too with people, especially with Instagram fame, because that's the fastest way to be famous now outside of YouTube, is that people, they want to be famous but don't know the reality of how to handle it when it's there.
Exactly.
Oh, that's real.
Because now that you have the reality success that you wanted instantaneously, because you put it out, you worked hard or whatever you
Right.
may did, or
Right.
you just spit in your time.
Right. There's no. First off, there's no tea or no shade. I still want to be on reality TV. I still want to be
Yeah.
on TV,
Got
but it's
it.
not that way.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
we're on the same page.
We're on the
Trust
same
that.
page.
Well, a little more. You want to be a little more control over what happens.
Thank you.
And since we're talking about reality
A
TV,
little,
I've
about a
auditioned
lot.
for American Idol about 5 times.
Oh, you
The
would do
Voice
so well.
7 times now. I just recently auditioned 3 weeks ago for The Voice,
Are you
and it was
serious?
my 7th time. And what was so amazing about it, they didn't choose me, which is that whole setup process. That way, I know doesn't really work. Is that you got to get a private audition, which I found out from some of the people that
I've
were on
heard
the
that.
show.
I have heard that.
Which is fun, but that experience for me, it's more about I've been going to the auditions, and I really every time that I've gone, no matter what has happened, I've always just been inspiring, motivating to the people in the room.
yeah.
And so for me, it's always been an experience. So this year, I said I wasn't gonna go. I saw it, I wasn't gonna go. Someone hit me on Facebook and said, "Hey, The Voice is coming up. You should go." So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm go.
Yeah.
The morning of The Voice comes, and I get sick. I'm like, I can't do it. My
Oh,
audition was at
no.
11. And then now it's the next one was at 2, and now it's 3 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, should I go? Should I not? I know they're gonna see people till 7, so I'm
Yeah.
like, all they can do is tell me no, don't show up. So I'm like, I'm gonna go. I got there, and I was like one of the 2 people they let in, and I got in.
No way.
I got in, and I saw like 4
Oh.
people I knew. They saw me all dressed up in my get up like I normally do,
Yeah.
but this time I went prepared as like I was gonna be on the show, like as if Adam Levine and them were right there on the other side.
Okay. You
And so
better.
people were like, automatic, like, who's this guy? Who is he? So I go and I see this circle of people, and they're, singing, like, those kind of auditions. People always want to get to know what you singing, what you doing.
I love that.
And I've always
camaraderie.
loved being a part. I've always loved being around it, but I've never been a part of it
Ooh.
in all this time. Because I know sometimes people are intimidated by my talent because I know that I'm good, and I never want to put people in a space where they're intimidated because
Yep.
in that kind of setting it can ruin their whole audition.
Mhm.
So I'm always telling people, every audition you go to, no matter what it is, it's always just an opportunity to showcase your talent. Never look at it as they didn't choose me,
Right.
because
Right.
you never know
Exactly.
what they're looking for.
Exactly.
That's oh my god. That's how I felt. That's exactly
Exactly.
how I felt. I just wanted to show my best self on that day.
That's all you
It
have to
didn't
do.
matter whatever happened after that. I went down and got Chipotle, and I was happy. Like I
Come
had a
on
smile
now.
on my face.
Okay.
You
I-
felt
you did
confident
it.
and happy on what you
Yes.
did.
Yes.
And that's what I did with this voice audition. That's the reason why I felt so confident, because I decided to do one. Song choice has always been an issue for me, and I realized this year I wasn't going to let it be an issue.
Right.
So I decided to do a mix-up of 2 things together
Oh, nice.
at the audition,
Little
which is
mashup.
cool. A little mashup. But of course, I never told people that I was in the group outside what I
Of
was
course,
singing.
of
You know,
course.
you got to keep some to yourself.
Mhm.
So next thing you know, the group they outside singing, and I go out there and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. They're like, you come, you gotta sing. You look real good. I know you can sing.
Right.
All right,
Of
so
course.
come.
Of course.
So I go over there and I'm like, before I start singing, I want to tell y'all this. This is my 7th time doing this. So when I say 7th time, you're gonna realize after I finish singing, like, you're gonna be like, well, how is that? But I want you to know that I'm telling you this because no matter what happens today, don't give up. At the end of the day, this is just a chance to showcase your talent. And if they don't say yes, it's fine. They still got a chance to see you. And you don't know who you're in the room next to. You don't know
You
who's
had
around
no
you.
idea.
You don't know that.
Exactly.
So it always pays to just be nice, one, and also
Come
just
on.
be the best you that you can be.
Yeah.
And then I sang, and they were like, what the hell?
I know that's right.
I got it on video. Y'all check out my
Oh
Facebook.
no, I will find that.
So it was amazing. It was fun. It was an experience. And I said that I did all that for that reason. I walked away after audition in the room. It was 10 of us, as usual, that went up there, and I ended up being the last one. And I wasn't the last one in the lineup, but I saw where he put my paper. So I was like, oh, I'm going to be last.
Interesting.
That's fine.
Right.
And so I went, called my name, and I did my thing, and I did it like as if I was on The Voice. Like I gave a show.
I
And
know you
everyone in
did.
there was just like,
I know you did.
so it was pretty cool. So I was just like, walked away. We didn't want anybody. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, I felt amazing walking away from that.
Yeah.
I felt like I did a great job.
Yeah.
I know that I did the best I could.
Mm-hmm.
And that this was the private audition or whatever it should have been,
Mhm.
then I probably
Mhm.
definitely for sure would have gotten through. So now I know.
Mm-hmm.
But also, too, there's a lot of other things to that kind of reality stuff. I don't want to.
Right.
Everything happens for a reason, and I very strongly believe that. And one of those reasons why I feel like in this aspect is because, for me, anyway, with reality TV shows, regards to music, is because they own so much of it. They own so
Ooh,
much of
Right.
you.
Come on.
Exactly.
And for me, what God has
Exactly.
in store for me in my life is the leader that He's
It's
called
for
me to
me.
be. I can't have limitations on what He wants me to say because I need to be able to say what I want to say
That's
when I want to
real.
say it. And so I
That's
realized,
real.
like, yeah, my heart's desire may be to be on The Voice, American Idol, and be that. But at the end of the day, the purpose and the divine order of my life is way bigger than that.
Right.
So
Oh, I love
Exactly.
that.
that's why I'm here doing radio. That's why
awesome.
I'm doing, the podcast and the YouTube shows and with my band performing. Every time I perform, you see, you feel, the experience of
Yeah.
what you feel it. That's why Soul and Be is so important to me because you can feel the presence of God and not even say Jesus, Lord, or Christ or anything.
I know that's for sure.
You're like,
Oh
what
my
is happening to
goodness.
me in this moment? I
It's
feel
like,
something
what
and I don't know what's going
What is this
Right.
tingling sensation all
Right.
over my mind?
All over my
Okay.
all over
Right.
my soul.
I love it. And so it's been those moments has been God using me to minister to people in the club. You know, I had a drink or two, and I'm chilling, and God would be like,
see it.
straight on, like, you, come in. Bop, 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 bop. Go tell her to come in. Go get her. And I'm like, what? I ain't even never did this, God. That's what we doing right now?
Are you serious?
So I was like, you know.
Troy, I had a similar experience at, I promise you, it was a private party on the rooftop in New York during Pride Week. I had no idea what was happening.
Wow.
I was just there to model and be cute and whatever. And I'm like scantily clad, of course, in like a carnival getup. And I ended up talking to and evangelizing to this like 45-year-old woman I had never met before. Her and her husband saw the party from their
Rooftop,
apartment.
probably.
Yeah, from their rooftop apartment across the street. So they came over. It's a free party. It's at a hotel. No big deal.
yeah.
She comes up and she was going through something, and I saw it on her face.
Yep. I believe that 100%.
You just
Wow,
and
yeah.
it just you just seep into that moment where
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know you,
Right.
but
you gotta know
hey.
that.
Exactly. And if you're in tune, it'll just, he'll give you everything that, needs to be said.
I agree. Last night
Completely.
that
That's right.
happened, I was
That's
coming
right.
out of, I'm trying to like which one, the one before I came to one where you were, at the Pratt House. And this one lady, I was just outside on my own, chilling in my little moment. And this lady, we just started talking. She was waiting. I think her grandson was in the show. And she was like, I got to go to work, but I just want to see him, be in the show.
Aw.
And I was like, that's so nice of you, Grandma, supporting
Oh
before you
my
had to go to work.
goodness.
And she just, I just heard the Spirit talk to me and say, and I just told her, don't worry, it's gonna be. You got the victory. That's what I said. So the Spirit's telling me like, you got the victory, and she almost broke down. She's like, I'm trying not to cry right
because
now.
that's real.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm trying not to cry right now. Like, you don't even know what you just did. You have no idea what you just did, but thank you so much.
Dang.
No, what it was, I said, God bless you first,
Mhm.
and then I said, God wants me to let you know you already got the victory, and then she's just like, boom.
I'm
So
done.
yeah, if
She needed that.
she needed it
Mhm.
very much.
Yeah.
That's so
And
beautiful.
I felt it. I felt that she needed it because I felt it like released from me when she walked away.
Right.
So you gotta just be, in tune with God, and it's important. So reality TV, like you said, I still want to be out here and doing it. That's why I'm creating lanes to make my own
Yes.
show and do my own thing.
Yes.
So
That's
that
exactly how it's going to end up happening, honestly. Especially with how communication and social media is working now.
Exactly.
We have access to video
Mhm.
stuff. Obviously, we're
Mhm.
all live streaming.
Mhm.
We have so much access to people that we don't know how to tap into all the
Right.
time. So yeah, I think
Exactly.
the next wave of TV stars and whatever is going to
be
be the
from-
homegrowns, and that's
Right.
what we're seeing right now
Yeah.
with YouTube
Yeah.
stars. Coming up. So
Exactly.
it's just figuring out how the best way to do it so that
Yeah.
you can be amongst this is what I say, do it with a what's so different mind frame. And if you look at life and things and what you do from that mindset, you'll be able to stand out against the crowd and like what you did and that
come
getting
on.
ready. And what I say is this, because there's 1,000 millions of people that do what you do, sing, rap, make
Yep,
radio
yep,
shows or
Mhm.
do makeup, whatever. But what's going to be so different about what you're doing that people want to go buy into you, buy into your
Yeah.
service, buy into your
Right.
product, and that's what you got to realize. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I could do this makeup, but what's going to be so different about what it is? Is it my product brand?
Right.
Is it how I brand it? How I market it? Is it my slogan? Is
Yeah.
it what my logo looks like?
Mhm.
It's so many things that goes into it. If you really find out what it is that you have passion about, what your passion is, and after that, finding out what makes you so different with that passion that you can make
Yeah.
change in the world and make things
Oh, yeah.
happen. You can
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's totally
have
that's
this
totally it.
conversation.
Yes.
Yo.
Troy.
Yes. So this has been keeping it funky with Troy's music, and as we
Keeping
wrap
it
up,
funky.
I always like to find out what's on our people's mind and give some sense of hope and some sense of life to those who are listening, because everything I do is really about being the best you can be. That's why it's called Keeping It Funky with Troy Weeks Music. I just want to be as real and as vulnerable as possible so that people can reciprocate what they see. And at the end of the day, a lot of people say things and don't do them. So I want to be able to see the person that I'm saying I am, and I'm trying to help you be that same
I
person.
know
too.
that's right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And so I want to start with you since you're a special guest today.
Hey,
Anything you want to leave
Hey.
out there for those people who are tuning in, who are on Facebook Live, who are on listening later on, days, months after this is played, just let them know anything on your heart and your mind that you want to leave with them, because you do
Oh.
so many amazing things,
Goodness.
and I felt like just your energy alone was vibrant. So
Right.
I'm sure that everything you do, God's gonna bless it. Just
Thank you
continue
so
to
much.
bless it.
Thank
Yes.
you. I think what I'm really big on is my spirituality. We've talked about this a couple times already now, but being at peace with who you are right now, while you are going through the journey and the changes of your life. I think that is what just tingled me the most out of everything that I thought of, and that's what I really need to kind of put out there. It's directly affecting me. It's directly related to my life, but it could be anything. It could be trying to find a new job. It could be losing weight. We'll use that as an example.
Yeah.
You still need to love who you are right now, today,
Exactly,
how
yeah.
you're able to show
Yeah.
up, how you're performing yourself.
Facts.
You still have to be able to be present for your partner, for your children, for your coworkers, whatever.
yourself.
While you are going through this
Yeah.
process, that means you cannot hate yourself for wanting to improve on yourself.
Absolutely.
And for however long it takes you, for however long God gives you that journey for, it could be for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You don't know. But I think I am so hurt by people who get so down with where they are right now because they're like, I'm working. Yeah. It's going to take a lot more work too. And it's going to keep going. You're going to keep having more work. And if you're really into it, you got new benchmarks as you go up. So I just want people to really understand, know, and sit in that moment. Please be loving to yourself right now.
Give yourself a
How
hug.
you are.
Yeah.
Give yourself
Yourself a hug. Come on.
Yes.
Give yourself a hug because you need that love, and it needs to come from you
Yes.
while you're moving to better yourself.
Yes.
Oh, girl.
That's all
I'm
I
still
got.
there. That's all I'm going to say. That was something amazing, and this is why I do this, because I feel like after you've been and poured, some things poured into you, it's good to pour back into other people, and I
That's
feel like
so
that's what
true.
we've done. We poured into each other right now,
Yes.
so now we're going to pour into other people. So, yes, Mr. Midori Ame, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you, thank you, thank you.
Tell them about your shout out your podcast. and
Most
everything
definitely,
so we
I
can-
am the co-host with two other awesome co-hosts, Cisse and Leroy. We are DMV Podcast. You can check us out every other Thursday. Boom, we out here.
Yeah.
DMV
Out
Podcast
here.
on Instagram, Twitter, on Facebook. You can tell this is my part of the job because I do this very well.
Yes.
DMVpodcast@gmail.com.
Come on
Let me stop. But you can find me personally, Midori Ame, MIDORIAMAE. That's me, Midori Ame, everywhere.
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yes,
Google it, baby.
come
We
on
there.
now.
Google, I'm
Yes.
Googleable.
Google me, baby. You understand?
I got Google alerts, kid.
Yes, let's get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the other side of me, I got my boy
on.
God's Beloved. And on the way out, please, God's
What's
Beloved.
going on? Yeah, I guess, just to kind of piggyback off of what you guys said, especially your experience when you went to audition for The Voice. I actually got a chance to audition a few years ago. My sister and her partner, we drove all the way from DC, First and M Street, to California for me to audition for The Voice. Yes. So that was definitely an experience. Definitely an experience. But what I do want to say is, that trip really kind of changed my life, because had I not gone, I probably wouldn't have the confidence that I have in myself now, the confidence that I have in my voice, and I wouldn't be making the progress and I wouldn't be growing, as I am now today. Because after the audition, of course, in life everything is a learning lesson, so we always got to keep that in mind. It's a learning lesson. Life is a constant learning lesson. I can't say it anymore. So if you just keep that mindset, and that you just have to keep learning from your lessons and progressing that way, everything will be okay. And after the audition, of course, it was very much like, okay, you got 30 seconds, show us what you got, and all right, thank you. And there was 10 of us as well. They didn't choose any of us, and one of the young ladies after the audition was over, she looked at me, she was like, you were really, really good. Like, if any of us was picked, it should have been you. And that did so much for my self-confidence, and it made me feel really good. Like, wow, okay, like, I'm all the way here in California, and like this person who doesn't even know me, for them to say something like that is super, super kind, and it did a lot. And so that just helped me to be more motivated and be me, be more of me and loving of myself. So, definitely continue to love yourself, take care of yourselves. Don't eat the GMOs, please, if you can help it. Like, honestly, I've cut out a lot of things that I love. Skittles, candy, like everything. So if you can just, be mindful of your health, stay healthy, live long. You can find me at God's Beloved Universe on IG, Facebook. Your boy's got a new website out, godsbeloveduniverse.com. Check it out. It's, not too much content up there yet because I'm still getting it together, but definitely check it out. Single coming out soon. Be on the looks for that.
That's right. Shout out to you guys, beloved. And shout out to my girl over here, Midori Ame. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is Troy Beats Music. It has been keeping it funky with Troy Beats Music. You already know what it is each and every second Sunday.
All right.
Here on VFSpeaker.com on the Skies Crescent Radio. I can't say more than what was said already, guys. This was an amazing show. We had an amazing team today holding us down. I will say one person, through_GVD said, self-love is more important than love for anything else.
Come on now.
If you can't love
Come on.
yourself, you
Say
can't
it
love
again.
anything.
Say it
So
again.
shout out to you for tuning in.
Shout out.
Thank you so much for that. And until next month, until next time, keep it funky. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.